In order to subscribe to my channel, please click here or click here. Please share, comment, and like my videos and channel. Hey guys, this is Gaurav. Welcome to SaaS with ServiceNow. This session is about ServiceNow Update Sets. As a developer or administrator, you must have done a lot of configurations or developments in ServiceNow. Now, in order to move those changes into different instances, you need update sets. So let's start with the definition of update set. So what is an update set? An update set is a group of configuration changes that can be moved from one instance to another. This feature allows administrators to group a series of changes into a named set and then move them as a unit to other systems for testing or deployment. If I give you a quick example, that you want to perform some changes on the form, you add two fields on that form. That means you have changed the layout of that form. At the same time, you have also added a UI action, a button on the form as well. Now, how exactly you can move these changes to the different instances? So in that case, you can capture these changes which you have done in just one unit, and then you can move them into a different instance. Now, this particular unit, which will have a name, is an update set. Update sets movement. Let's say you have instance 1. So this is your maybe development instance. And then you have instance 2. This is your production instance. Now you have to move some changes. That means you have done some changes in this particular instance. So you have change 1, change 2, change 3, change 4. Like I said, form changes, layout changes, you have added a button, you have created a client script, you have added a business rule, 4 different changes. But you have changed those configuration or development in instance 1. Now how this will be moved? So basically you will capture all these changes, and these changes will be moved to another instance with the help of update set. That means same change which you have in instance 1 will be replicated in instance 2 as well. Update sets application. In order to perform all these update sets capturing a movement, ServiceNow has a separate application, that is System Update Sets, which has different modules to manage these update sets. Let's take a look in my personal developer instance. In order to go to the application, you need to type system update. When you will type system update, you will see this application with some modules. If I click on the first update sources, so this is the first module where you have to configure all your remote instances configurations, because you can only move the update sets, the changes you will capture with the help of update sets, but those configuration has to be there so that it can know from where I have to pull the data, I have to pull the update sets changes in this instance. Then we have retrieved update sets. So basically this is like a primary instance or maybe a destination instance, you can say. Now this is like a production instance, and you are pulling some data from your dev or UAT instance. In that case, whatever changes you are pulling from your lower instances, you can see here. Then we have update log. So whatever data, whatever changes you retrieve, all actions are being logged, and you can see here. Then you have local update sets. So similarly in production as well, even you are pulling some data, you are pulling some customizations from another instance. Those are also being stayed here as a local update sets. That means those are the update sets for this particular instance. So whatever changes you have in form of update sets, that you will find here. Then we have merge update sets. So you can also merge if you have different update sets and you want to merge them into one. You can also do that. ServiceNow provides you that feature as well. Then you have merge completed update sets. This already gives you functionality that the update sets which are already completed, you want to merge them, you can just merge here. And then you have update sets to commit. That means any update set you have to commit. That means you have to install in your this instance that you can see from this particular module. When to use update sets? Now this question is really important to know. But I will just explain you a little bit about update set. That whatever changes which are like development changes or configuration changes or should be captured as a development, they always gets captured in an update set. Even you don't create any single update set. And that update set is basically default update set. So ServiceNow automatically from the beginning keep one update set, even as in a fresh instance. I will quickly show you one instance which I just recently enabled, this one. And if I will go to update set and I will click on local update sets here, you will only see one update set that is default. That means whatever changes you will be doing, even directly on an instance, that will be captured in this particular default update set. Now, why ServiceNow does that? Because just to make sure that you don't miss or lose any kind of development or changes you do in this instance. And that's the reason ServiceNow automatically keep one update set that is a default updates always in progress. So the question here is when to use update sets. So you should use update sets when the changes you want to keep in every instance. So maybe you have different instances in your organization and you want to keep those changes in every instance and you don't have to change it manually. So just an example, you're writing a business rule in one instance. Now you don't want to write a business rule again in production. So in order to make sure that all the business rules are being written in every instance for the same functionality, then you have to move it to every instance. So then you need to use update sets. You have to use update sets when all the changes which can change the baseline and can give impact. So any change you want, it can give impact. It has to be done directly with the update sets. It should not be done directly in production. The reason I mention here that why we need update sets, because you should not do these changes directly in production. And that's the reason we have these update sets, so that you can do those changes in lower environment, which is kind of a replica of production. And then you can move it to the different instances, even in production and after testing as well. And that's the third point. The changes needs to be tested in lower instance before moving to production. Now, any kind of change, maybe you are creating a business rule, you can't directly create in production because you don't know whether that particular business rule will give any impact. So it's really better, I think it's mandatory, I would say, that you perform that development into lower instances, move into different instances, test it thoroughly, and then move it to production. Items captured in update sets. So there are a lot of different items in ServiceNow which are basically captured automatically. So you don't have to do anything manually to enforce them to be captured in update sets. So items like form configurations. So whatever configuration you do on form, it does capture in update sets. Related list configuration, business rules, client scripts, UI policy, UI actions, notifications, script includes, UI pages, and more. Basically, you can also change these items in production, and that will also be captured in default update set. However, as I mentioned, you shouldn't do that. So you have to create an update set, indoor environment, capture these changes which I am showing you on the screen, and then move them. But as I mentioned, items captured in update set, that means you don't have to do anything, any extra activity. You just go into your lower instances, create an update set, name it properly, and then make it current, which we will see a little bit later. And once it is done, you just perform the changes, create a business rule, create a script include. All those changes will be captured in that particular unit, new unit, which you just created. Now, items not captured in update set. So that means there are some items as well in ServiceNow which you cannot be captured in update sets. And those are task records. Like you have records like incident, change, problem. These records, whatever changes you do in these records, they don't change, they don't capture in update sets. Then we have users. So you have user data, you do some changes in the users record, those doesn't change or those doesn't capture in update set. Groups, any records you have in groups table, those doesn't capture in update sets. Then you have scheduled jobs as well. Even scheduled jobs are part of kind of development, but they are still not captured. But you can still do force capturing. And that's kind of a additional feature in ServiceNow. That anything which is not captured and you want to make it capturable, in that case, you can directly push it into an update set as well. CMDB records. So all the CMDB repository we have, it cannot be captured in update set. System properties. And last, I think it's just more. So extractra, there are a lot of other things which we talk that a lot of things can be captured, a lot of things cannot be captured in update sets. Update sets planning process. Now, before you start moving the update sets, you have to make sure for some of the points. That means you have to plan your moving of the update sets properly so that you don't get any kind of issues. Starting with same version instance. That means when you are promoting the update sets from instance 1 to instance 2, instance 1 and instance 2 should be on the same ServiceNow version, like Madrid, Orlando, New York. Both the instances cannot be different. Because the reason behind it, if you are performing a development in lower instance, maybe in Madrid version, and you are moving those changes into Orlando, things might break. So it's kind of a mandatory, I would say, from ServiceNow that both the instances should be on the same version. Then you have correct update set is selected. As a developer or administrator, when you perform development or do any kind of changes which is being captured in update sets, you have to make sure that right update set is selected on your development screen or in your ServiceNow in the same session you're working on. Third thing is instance is cloned. Now, you don't want that both the instances are on different, maybe their SysIDs are different or some data is changed. No, or different. In that case, the best way is you have to copy production to lower instance. And that's called cloning. So you have to make sure that whenever you do any kind of releases or maybe major releases, your instances are keep on cloned. Then we have identify path for update set movement. Now this is also important point in the planning process of update sets. Because when you have different instances in your organization, you might have dev, you might have IT, you have UAT, you might have staging, you might have production, or maybe some temp instances or other instances as well. But you have to define a model, a path that how your update sets will be moved. That means from instance 1 to instance 2, the instance 3, and then at last at in instance 4. The next point we have is plan when to commit update sets in production. Now, this is also really important because production changes can also will also give you any kind of impact, or user may maybe get surprised why that new option got added. So in that case, you have to make sure that you are planning your movement of update sets in production properly. Then we have clear naming convention. That means whatever name you are providing to your update sets while creating a new update set, it should be pretty much understandable. If you're working in releases, some sprints, in your development life cycle for any module, in that case, you can define some standard naming convention for your organization so that every developer can understand that naming convention. Preview and commit. Now you move the changes, you move the update set into different instances. You have to make sure that you are properly previewing them so that you can see what all errors or any kind of warnings are there. You fix those warnings and errors. And then after review, that means you're reviewing it before moving as well. So when you are ready that yes, I'm ready to move this update set, you have to make sure that all the customizations which you have done has been captured. A lot of time it has been seen that developers sometimes forget to select the current update set, the update set which they want current development to be captured. So you have to make sure that you are reviewing your update set, you have proper customizations, all the expected customizations, and then only you are moving to the different instance. Update set promotion. Now, how exactly update sets are being promoted in different instances? So we will start with dev instance. So you perform the development in dev instance, any one of your dev instance. And then you have UAT instance. Then you have staging instance. And then you have production. So dev is for development, UA is for user acceptance testing. Staging is like a pre-prod instance. And then you have production instance, main instance, where all your business users, live users are working. Now you perform the development, you capture the update sets in dev instance, and then you move that update set into UAT instance. Now this was the identification of the path so that you can perform the development till production. That means move the changes till production. Then you perform the UAT, you perform the testing, all your end users perform the testing. Once everything is succeeded, you move those changes to next instance, that is staging. Now in staging, you still do a one round of testing again, that if everything is good. Once those changes are being moved into staging, now you have a last stage, that is production implementation. That means whenever you have planned for your production release, if that date has come, then you will move all the changes from staging instance to production instance. System update set tables. We also have two different tables for update sets. One is update set. The update bracket which you create, it's a different table. And that table is sys_update_set. And that's an update set table where you add different customizations. Now, all those customizations basically which are captured, maybe it's a form layout, related list layout, related list configuration, adding a business rule, all those, basically all data is in XML format. So those are called customer update. So for each entry, for each dictionary entry you have, it creates a customer update and then add into your update set. So basically customer update is a related list of update set. So when you will open any update set, you will see the related list customer update and you will see all the changes you have done for any functionality you have changed. Prepare instances for update sets promotion. Let me start demo, a practical demo, so that you can understand the whole update sets process, that how exactly it works. So I will go to my personal developer instance. As I said, I have two instances. One is this one, that is dev 63008. And then I have another one, which is dev 79119. Let's keep this one as development instance. And this one, because we just got recently, so let's keep it as production, because I have not done any kind of changes over here. So in that case, what we will do, we will go to this instance, but this is development. Do we need data here? Do we need to pull the data here? No, because you are going to do development here, and then you have to pull these developments in your destination instance. This is this one, that is prod. So I'm treating this 63008 as production instance and another one as development instance. Just an example to show you this demo. Now, what kind of preparation you have to do? So if you remember, we talked about update sources. So first thing you have to do is you have to get the connection, enable the connection for your development instance in your production instance. How we will do that? So we will click on create new. I will give it a name. I will just give a name, maybe, or maybe I will just copy right from here so that I know I have this one. Here I can see, I can select what kind of instance it is. It is development, production, test. So I will keep it development. Here I have to give URL, but that's how it will be able to connect. So I will give URL. I will just lock this. Here I will give username and password. So username is admin. I have my own password, which I will type it here. I don't need to give any kind of short description, and I can keep this active. And in order to test the connection, I have to make sure that this instance is able to connect to my another instance, like this instance. So in that case, I will click on test connection. When I do that, it says connection is okay. However, parent instance, I think that was a really different error you saw. I think maybe let's because that error, that message was related to I think versions. So let me check the versions first. But before that, I will just quickly submit this connection. So connection is successfully. So let's try again. Maybe we can see that error. Version like New York and does not match your local and Madrid. Okay. So in that case, your another instance, that means this instance is in Madrid and this instance is in New York. So they can still communicate, they can still share the update sets, you can still move the update sets. So as of now, I don't have much time to get a new instance, so I will continue my demo so that you understand, but you have to make sure that you are not moving the update sets in different versions when you are working practically in your organization or in your business ServiceNow. So what I will do, I will save this record. Once I will save this record, it will create this particular record here. And if I click here again, you will see, but it is still showing you one message that yes, everything is good, but it seems like both the instances are on different versions. So as of now, as I mentioned, it's okay for now. So that was the first step as a preparation. Next is enable update set picker. Now where exactly we will do it? We will do it in our development instance because we don't have to do it in our production instance. It has to be done in development instance. So I will go to my development instance, which is right here. You have to click on this button, settings, this bar here button. You have to go here, developer. Now here you will see show update set picker in header. So I will enable this. This is enabled, and you will also see this here. So I will close this. You will see update set picker has been enabled. Now you can see all these current update sets I have in my instance. And if you will click this button, you can also see which current update set is there. So as of now, default is selected. So that's how you can enable update set picker. So even if you are doing any kind of development and you have to change your development, maybe you're working on different functionalities and you have to change your update sets quickly because you are working on different developments. So what you can do, you can directly select any different update sets right from here, and you will also get the message your current update set has been changed to SaaS portal. So the important point here is it is all totally depend on the session. When you log into the instance, whatever update set is selected at the top, that is something will be captured. That means any development you would do, even maybe before that you had some different update set selected, but now it got changed maybe later on, or somebody else changed, maybe ideally somebody else would not log in, but maybe you forgot it and you are doing those changes for any other functionality which is not part of this update set. So even the development which you will do right from from now onwards, it will be captured in current update set, which is selected at the top. So you have to make sure, which is one of the point which we learned, that you have to make sure that you have selected the right update set in order to perform the development and capture the update sets for your functionality. Create an update set and capture development changes. So let's create a new update set and capture different development changes. We will try to create a new functionality maybe. So I will go to my personal developer instance. This is my development instance. So I will go to local update set. In order to create a new update set, you have to go to local update sets, then click on new button here. Here, the previous update sets, which maybe you were working on some update sets, it will automatically add second version, but I can just remove it, delete it, and I can just put update set underscore demo. I'm just selecting this naming convention just to show you the demo, but in your organization you can definitely, as a developer or as a lead or as an architect, you can put some kind of naming convention so that every developer in your organization is following the same naming convention. So I can put update set demo. Here you can see state. Now here it says in progress, complete, and ignore. Now in progress is basically it's self-understanding that it's for current development which you are doing. So that means if you want to capture the development, then you have to keep it in progress. But if you will save it, will it capture the current development which you will do? So the answer is no. So, but in order to do that, you have to click this another button, that is submit and make this current. So I will click on this, submit, make this current. You can see, you will see a message at the top, your current updates have been changed now. And you will see changed update set right here in the update set picker. So whatever changes you will do now will be captured in this update set. Now what I will do, I will go to incident or maybe problem. So I'm going to problem brackets here. And maybe I will just add a business rule, show maybe info message, or let's create a client script. Maybe I will just create a client script. I'm going to client script. Here I will do show alert, and here I will do UI type desktop for now. Type it's onload. Application is global, and here I can just do alert. This is a demo for update set. So I have added this script here, and I will just save it. When you will save it, it will automatically capture the first version. Now that is the versioning we have in ServiceNow, which basically gets captured in update set. And if you will see at the bottom, it says versions. Here it's the XML the update which you have changed, And then you have this update set name. You can see it is our current update set, which we selected, which we just created, that is update set demo. And I can click this and you will also see the changes. So this is how it looks like. Now this is something system update version. It's another table of update set. We talked about two main tables, but this is also another update set table, that is sys update version table. Now this is the whole XML record for the new record which you created. XML, you can see all the data you just mentioned, even the script you can see here. So this is how you capture the changes in update set. It shows you the versions as well. So I will show you quickly one thing about versioning as well. So if you maybe add a comment, because I changed something, and I will save it. Now this will again captured in the same update set, but with a new version. So you can see now I have a new version that is also current. So these are two different development we have captured. In one we have comment, in another we don't have comment. Now how can you see these changes? So there is a really great functionality that you have to check these boxes, check any two custom changes or versions you have, select here, and you have this option called compare. When you will click this, now this will be really important for a developer to understand what exactly has been changed. Now what you can do, you can just go and check which area, which particular thing has changed in a whole client script. Now this thing in blue in color will tell you what exactly has changed. So it is telling a script part has changed. And now you can also see the deviation. So you added the comment in the current version, but here we don't have anything. That's how you can compare two versions. Now you can just go back, or maybe if you want to revert to the selected version, you can do that as well. Or you can also merge both versions. It's totally up to you, but I will go back. So you have captured this, promote update set to next instance. So now the important point is you're done with the development, but now you have to move this update set to another instance. That means same change, same alert into a different instance. That is the prod instance we have. So let's go here. What exactly you have to do? You have to go to the same update set. So for that, I will click here. As of now, this is in progress. So you have to remember one thing. If your update set is in progress, then you cannot move to a different instance. So what you have to do, you have to make it complete. Because another instance, your prod instance, will only come to know for all the changes which he can maybe pull the update sets which are in complete status. The other option we also have ignore. It's sometimes that you have you have done some development, but now you don't want to move to another instance. You can make it ignore. So another instance, your prod instance, will not be able to know or will not be able to pull that update set as well. So as of now, I am making it complete and I am saving this. Once this is saved, you will also see the message, this update sets was closed by you. That means you are done with the development. Now this particular changes are ready to go to different instances. So we will go to our prod instance now here. Now what's the next step? Here we will click on retrieve completed update sets. So I will click here. Once you will click on retrieve update sets, it will hit your load environment, that is your development instance, and check what all update sets I can pull. But you will also see one thing, that you also had some other update sets. You must have seen that I had different other update sets as well. That will also be pulled into this instance because those are also completed. So in that case, I will close this, but you can see it says 3 update sets retrieved and previewed. That's a functionality we have. I think ServiceNow came up in London version that they are already previewing it. Now what exactly this preview is? So I will show it to you. I will close this. And now you can see here. So whatever data we pulled, we retrieved, you will see in this particular related list. Here you have these 3 update sets and the one which we also created recently, the new update set to capture that alert development we did. It also says state as previewed, but if you can also disable this particular functionality. That means it will not be previewed. And what exactly this preview is? Preview is basically it checks all the conflicts. Any kind of dictionary entries are already there, or for same client script, it might happen same client script is already available. So those are the checks it does before committing anything, because the next step is committing. So this is our production. As I mentioned, we have already retrieved it, and you can just click on run preview again. It will show you what exactly it does. So I will click on run preview. Now in this particular process, this will also check any kind of error warnings, and if it not, then it will show you right here if it has any kind of issues. It will also show you if anything is inserted, updated, deleted, or if there are any collisions that you will see here. As of now, this is not committed. That means this particular alert is not even available right now because we have just previewed it. So what we will do, in order to explain you better, I will just open problem form so that you understand. So I will just open any single problem, maybe this one. So if you remember, we wrote that client script on load. So as of now, you can see I'm loading this problem form, but I'm not getting any kind of alert right now because that development change is not here yet because we have not committed our update sets. Now I will go here and this time I will click on commit because I have just checked all the errors. I'm ready to commit now. I will click on commit. When I click on commit, it will again give me a pop-up and run the commit. You can see it says committed in 0 seconds, succeeded. No errors, nothing. You will close this. Now this is the final stage. If you have committed the update sets, that means you are done. That changes will be reflected in the same instance you have right now. So I will go here and this time I will reload the form. I'm reloading it. This is a demo for update set. We wrote that client script in that instance, in development instance. We didn't even change anything in this instance, but we just moved the changes into this instance, and then same changes are being replicated on this particular instance. So that's how you start the whole process of development and capture in the update sets, promote into a different instances. The next topic we have is backup of update sets. It might happen many times that you are performing development in your development instance. However, you also need to clone that instance from production. And if you will clone it, whatever ongoing changes you have will be gone. So that's the reason what developers do. The developers, they take backup of those update sets. And how exactly we do that, I will show you quickly. So in that case, I will just click on close and I will go to my development instance. What I will do, I will go to that client script again. And I will make some changes. But before that, let me just capture the update set. So I will, because you can't select that update set anymore because that's already closed. So now I will go to local update set, create a new. It says update set demo 2. I'm okay for now. I will click on submit and make current because I have to do those changes. I will go again on problem, open, and I will go to client scripts. I will open my same client script. Now I will do some changes because I have moved my changes to that instance for first one. Here I will do alert. Maybe I will change the message. This is a changed demo message. Now you are doing this development. Suddenly you got to know that you have to clone the instances. So what you will do that because you are keep on developing the changes. How exactly you will make sure that I can also move these changes in my next instance? So what you will do, you will go to your current development. So whatever development you have done, and you can see the changes right here. You have captured the changes, and target name is show alert, the client script. You can just complete it. Once you will complete it, you know that it is still ready to be pulled from that instance. But as of now, you can't do that because you have to first clone it. Then only you can just move the changes. So in that case, because you might need to add maybe some more changes into this particular client script. So in that case, here is an option that's called export to XML. You have to take the backup of this update set. So I will click here. I will do export to XML. Here you can see it has been exported. It is in my system now. I have taken that backup. So maybe now you got the cloning and cloning is done. So in that case, you will not find this update set anymore. But now you have to import it back to your instance. How you do that? So as of now, I'm not importing back to my development instance. I will import it directly into prod instance just to show you the demo how you import back to the instance. So in that case, you go to your development production instance. But just let's say example, this is your development instance again, same instance from where you took the backup. So I will go to update set. Here you have to go to retrieved update sets. When you will go to retrieved update sets, at the bottom you will see a related link that is import update set from XML. So you will click here. It will ask you to upload a file, XML file. So you will upload it. Now this is the one which I just downloaded. So I will select this one, select it. Now I will click on upload. When you will upload it, the first step, the first state would be loaded because it can't be committed. So even in that situation as well, when you were reviewing it, when you retrieve the update sets, first it gets loaded, then it gets previewed, and then you commit them. Similarly, you have the same case here. You have to click on preview update set to check the errors. So what I will do, I will click on preview update set. It succeeded. There's no conflict. That means it can update the alert without any issue. The same client script maybe. I will close this and now I will commit it. But before that, I just want to make sure that you understand what exactly we did. Now you can see it says 0 inserted because it was not a new client script. That client script was already available in your instance and now you are just updating it. And that's the reason it says updated 1. Here deleted 0, collision 0, total 1, and I can click on commit. When I will click on commit, my same code change will be replicated here. I will click on close and I will go my problem form again. I will reload it and see if it is reflecting the same. So I will go to my problem form and I will open any problem record. Awesome. It says this is a change demo message. And that's what we did. We just captured, we just changed the script, took the backup, imported back to my instance, and you can see the same changes are replicating. The next part is merge update sets. Now, as you know, you can create different update sets. So ServiceNow also gives you a functionality where you can merge different update sets. Maybe you have different developers, developer 1, developer 2, developer 3. And they are working on same kind of functionality. Maybe they are working on incident table, all 3 developers. Now it's I think important that you don't give any kind of conflict between the developments. So the better approach would be, because you also have so many update sets, because if you will have, for example, you have 100 update sets, it will also be very difficult and lengthy to move those update sets one by one, commit them, preview them, and then put it into different instances. Now the better approach is merge update sets. So you club different update sets, maybe 10 update sets, maybe the updates which are kind of same functionality In that case, it will save two things. One is time. Another thing is conflict as well. Even I have done a change on form layout, and even you have done, maybe you are a different developer. Those changes will be captured, merged together, and no conflicts will be seen in any of the instance. So if I take you here and I go to my developer instance and go to update set, here we have merge update sets. So any update set you want to merge, you can select them. You can say you have to click on merge. You can also reset the filter if you want to merge specific update sets. That is what you can do. Here you can also directly click on merge completed update sets. So if whatever update set you have already completed, you want to merge them and move them, that also you can do. You can just click on merge. So you will click here. Are you sure you want to merge for these? You can cancel. If you don't want all these four, you can click on reset filter, or maybe you can add a filter right here. Maybe let's say example this one. Name, it starts with, I will run this. Now only these two update sets will be merged. So if I click here merge, you will see it will only say 2. Initially we were getting 4. So that's how you can filter out any other update sets which you don't want to merge. So I can click on merge. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. When I will do that, you will see something. Both the update sets have been merged, and here I have merged update sets. But what about the one which I just created? Let's see. You can see now both these update sets, their state is an ignore. That means these update sets will not be moved to different, because their customer updates which we had, changes we had, they have already been captured and moved to this one, and we only have just one client script. So you don't have to worry about it. It also says which update sets are being merged, and these are the one. So that's how you can also merge the update sets. The last section we have is manage conflicts. As you saw, we were trying to preview the update sets and then we were committing them. That means you have to make sure that there are no conflicts, there are no collisions. So what exactly we will do, we will try to create some collisions and these conflicts, and we will fix those collisions. So let's see how exactly you can do that. So I will go to my developer instance here, or maybe I think to create a conflict, you have to do some changes directly in the production instance. So I will go to my production instance here, and then I will go to my client script. Now what I will do, I will disable it. I will disable it directly from here. So I will disable it just to capture the changes. This is done. Now this client script is disabled. That means you will not get that error anymore, but you are doing directly in production. Or maybe let's say example that this is your UAT instance and another one is your developer instance. I'm just changing the scenario, because you have to make sure that you don't get any conflict before you perform, before you put things in production, because your UAT, your staging, everything is cloned and it is like a replica of production. So in that case, I have deactivated this client script. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to my dev instance and going to same client script. I'm going here, I'm going to client script, but before that I also need to capture these changes. So what I will do, I will go to update set, local update set, click here, new. It says merge, but I don't want that. Maybe I will just pick the one which I had, like this one, third. So I will go here, create new. I will give it 3 now. Save it. And I will also make it as a current. And you can see we also have this in related link. So I will click this, make this my current. For current developer, for this session which I have logged in right now, this update set has become current. So whatever developments I will do, this will be captured in this one right now. So I will go to my problem again, problem table client script. Here I will go to client scripts and same show alert. As of now, you can see it is still active. But in production, or maybe that UAT instance which we had, we just did some changes directly in that instance. How we will get the conflict? So in that case, what I will do, I will try to maybe, this is to see conflict. I will save this. This is saved. The new change is saved basically in new update set which we just had, or which we just created. So I will open this. Now this time I have this one and I will make it complete. I'm clicking on save. And now I'm going to my another instance, this one. Here I will retrieve new update sets. And I will go here, update sources, and I will retrieve new committed or completed update sets in my lower instance, this instance basically. So I will click on retrieve completed instance, retrieve completed update sets. It says 1 update sets retrieved, 2 update sets were not retrieved because they already exist as remote update sets. Okay, so we already had them. So here we have update sets demo 3. Now if I will open this, that is what we wanted. I have already created this conflict myself. You can see that. It says in order to commit this update set, that means if you want to replicate these changes or commit this update set, you have to first fix this collision. And you can see here, nothing is inserted, updated, deleted. The only one thing it is showing, it's collisions, that is 1. And if you'll see what exactly, which particular part is being collisioned. So you will see here, it says error. It will also show you what kind of error it is. It says found a local update set newer than this one. So it is telling you that it seems like there is an update set, local update set, which is already newer than. Maybe it was updated later, before it was developed. Before this was developed, it was already updated in this particular instance. So in that case, what you can do, so you have to troubleshoot now. You have to manage the conflict. You have to fix this conflict. So you will see these options like compare with local, show local record, show local update, accept or skip. Now it's totally up to you. So I will explain you these options as well. If you will click on compare with local, so it will show you that what are the differences between 2 update sets, the one which we already have in the instance and the one which you are getting from another instance. So that is what it will show. And if I click this one, you will see, okay, so this message is also changed. I think something else as well. This one is inactive, here is active. So I will go back. So the 2 changes are highlighted. I will come here. Now it says show local record, show local update, accept remote updates, skip. Now show local update, it will directly take you to the same records. But the important part to take some action on this one is accept remote, skip remote. That means if you will click on accept remote, so whatever changes you have done in your dev instance, do you want to replicate it and ignoring whatever you have in current one? Then you will click on accept remote. But if you don't want to replicate the changes which you did in dev instance, then you have to click on skip remote update set, and then you can commit it. So in that case, I will click on accept because I want to show you that alert will show you again. So you can see it says I have handled it. So it says all problems have been addressed. Click commit update set below to continue. But before that, I want to show you that message if I have it, because as of now I have not committed my remote update set. So I will go to the problem form. Here I will open it. You can see that alert message is not there because your client script is inactive. But if I will go here and commit it now, I will click on commit. It will say succeeded. I think shouldn't take much time, 3 seconds. I will close it. It says deleted 0, collision is, I think, done. We are done. It's committed. Now what I will do, I will go here and I will reload it. That alert should be seen here again. Awesome. This is to see conflict. So as you can see, we just fixed our collisions and you took some action, and it is also replicating right in your instance. So this is how you work on update sets. As I mentioned, you just need to remember, a little bit precautious when you perform these developments. You have to make sure that you have selected the right update sets. And that's how you move and promote different update sets into different instances. I hope you liked my session. So thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.